Welcome to T-Boys TV. We're back again with another T-Boy Discusses, and a bit of an earlier one compared to what it usually is. Obviously Luton have done early business in this window, but I just haven't really done videos as early because I haven't really spoken about them. I more so do, the later on ones during the day. But I want to keep this consistent every time we sign a player. I still believe after this there's at least one more signing, maybe even two. But obviously we have signed Tim Krul. Obviously I was saying, I feel we need two goalkeepers, going into this Premier League season, especially with one with experience. And this guy certainly has experience. Obviously I'll read a bit about what it says like I always do, and then I'll get into my thoughts. Town boss Rob Edwards has strengthened his goalkeeping options with the announcement of the signing of Netherlands international goalkeeper Tim Krul from Norwich City. The 35-year-old Dutchman arrives at Kenilworth Road with a wealth of Premier League experience, making 222 appearances in the top flight for Newcastle and Norwich. Krul has also been part of 3 championship winning sides, contributing a strong hand in both of the Canaries championship title winning squads. The 6'2" Dutchman has received 15 caps for his country, which includes penalty shootout heroics in the 2014 World Cup quarter-final against Costa Rica, in which he saved twice. He will wear squad number 23, a number he wore in that World Cup where the Netherlands finished in 3rd place. In his first interview, Krul told Luton Town, "The story of Luton Town speaks for itself. The last 9 years has been an amazing journey and I'm excited to join that journey. It's been a whirlwind for the club. I spoke to Carlton Morris and he spoke highly about what's happening at the club." Obviously Morris was at Norwich, as we know. "I knew Thomas Kaminski as well. It's good to speak a bit of Dutch Flemish," I think that says to him. "It's so important to have competition for places. If you look at the Premier League teams, they have lots of competition for spots and it should be no different here. On Tim making his 10th new signing of the summer transfer window." This is what Rob Edwards had to say on it. "Tim's a leader and the top goalkeeper who is still very ambitious and very hungry. He wants to play. It's great to have someone of his level in the group with that ambition and to be that driven. And it's going to add great competition to the goalkeeper department, which is what we've wanted. I'm really pleased, because he's a good person with great experience of this level, which is important for us. Recently, we've brought in some good experience, and Tim certainly gives us that, as well as being a quality goalkeeper and a leader. I've said how essential the position is, and I'm delighted that we've been able to bring in 2 quality goalkeepers to add real competition. He's a great guy, a proper bloke who has an air of confidence, a good swagger and a belief about his ability because he's been there and done it. He's played in the World Cup, as experienced in the Premier League. He's a 10th signing and I'm delighted with every single one of them. And so are we. Welcome to Luton Town." But yeah, it's an absolute brilliant signing. Especially with, bringing in, his wealth of experience, like Rob Edwards mentions there. He's very good at penalties. So if we do get to a penalty shootout at some point, maybe in the FA Cup or something, I think he will play in them games for sure. I think maybe we'll see him and Kaminski chop and change. Let me know what you guys think of that. But Tim Krul, obviously he was, turning into a bench player at Norwich, but that's obviously because Gunn come in and played very well. And, he's still a top goalkeeper at his age. People go on about the age, but for a goalkeeper it don't matter for me until they're 40. So that's how I see it. Wealth of experience, obviously played in, the biggest stage, which is obviously the World Cup in football, and I remember at Newcastle, he was very good back then as well. He's played over 200 games, like they said, in the Premier League. So if you're not happy with this signing, I'm very surprised, because like I said, he's not gonna start, but he is going to chop and change between him and Kaminski, and I think he will start in the, in the cup games, and he wouldn't want to make a move just to sit on the bench again, really. So I think there's something in it where he will be, chopping and changing with Kaminski, like I said. So let me know what you guys think on the signing. Obviously, Norwich fans are gutted. Obviously, they did play yesterday in the League Cup. Obviously, they did win that game, and I think that was the nail in the coffin that he was coming to Luton, because obviously he's been rumoured with them a few days, and he wasn't even on the bench, let alone starting. So that was the nail in the coffin that he was coming. But like I say, their fans are gutted, and so they should be, man. He's a really, really good goalkeeper, and I'm very happy that we've got him in, and we've got two goalkeepers now, two good goalkeepers. You know, Kaminsky, he was my man in a match against Brighton the other day. You know, he prevented it from being even more. And he looked, you know, pretty good for his debut, especially in the Premier League as well. So, yeah, and obviously, like I say, Tim Krul's got that experience. So, very good signing, man. But let me know what you guys think, like I said. And then the other thing we do want to talk about, which is obviously also in the title, Henri Lansbury has retired. Now, there was obviously rumours circulating that he was potentially going to do this, but he officially has. So I'll read out what he has said on his retirement, and then obviously get into my thoughts. In a post on social media, Lansbury has referred to his career as an amazing experience. I didn't think this day would come where I would be saying that I am retiring from professional football, he wrote. I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you to everyone who I've had the pleasure of working with in the football world. From managers, coaches to teammates to opponents, it's been one hell of a ride. I'm so grateful for the amazing experience from the clubs that I've represented, being part of 4 promotions to representing England at youth level, and for the support I received while overcoming testicular cancer, I think that's how you say it. The highs and lows, I've loved every minute of it. I'd like to say a massive thank you to my wife, children, family and friends for being with me throughout. So yeah, that's everything there. Obviously, you know, I'm going to talk from Lansbury's experience at Luton. Thank you for everything. You know, he had quite a good, you know, few memories at Luton, as we know. The standout one, it's one or two. You could say when he kicked, you know, Manning for Swansea, because obviously that's where he's got that iconic chant, Henri Lansbury, he kicks who he wants. You know what I mean? Or you could say the goal against Hull. That was a really good goal, actually. You know, that could have been up there for goal of the season. You know, lovely strike. And, you know, he did do bits for us. He did do bits for us. I thought we would see him a little bit more. He was injury prone at times. I thought we'd maybe see him a little bit more, you know, especially games away from home, you know, where we set out to play a bit more defensively. You know, so yeah, man, but I wish him all the best. Obviously, you know, he has got something going for him anyway. You know, you see sometimes when people retire, not in football, just in general, you know, they don't really know what to do next. But obviously he's got his grass thing, so he's got his priorities there. So just all the best to him in the future, really. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on Henri Lansbury retiring. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on Tim Krul signing as well. Like I say, I still expect at least one more signing, 2 ideally for me. I would say we are linked with a Bristol City centre-back, which I haven't really seen too much of. I know he got player of the season, but, you know, I haven't really seen too much of him. I feel we need to go with someone experienced, you know, that's played in the Premier League. And then strike, obviously, linked with Archer, but we want a loan. They don't want to do a loan, so maybe look elsewhere and try and get someone else experienced. Obviously, he was playing in the Championship last season, but he was on loan at Villa, and he has played the odd games for Villa. So let me know what you reckon will happen when it comes to more transfer business for us as well. But yeah, don't forget to smash a like on the video if you haven't already. Do subscribe to the channel if you are new. Turn on the notification bell. If you want to follow me across any of my socials, link to them are in the description. Do subscribe to the other channel as well, T-Boys TV Extra. And until next time, I'll see you lot in a bit. So take care and peace.